Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. We have a fantastic community because of your kindness. You've been so kind to each other, so kind to me. Thank you. And if you are a part of the community watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on higher speed, whatever works for you. And on today's episode, Trump says a punishing 25% tariffs will go forward against Canada and Mexico starting March 4th. Mucky, to his friends, Musk said today that members of the U.S. Congress should get a salary increase as a way to discourage corruption. And we're gonna talk about the deep cuts to Medicaid and the ridiculousness they're spinning to try to explain that. So anyway, let me close this door because there's a lot of noise downstairs. 1 second. Sorry. All right. Oh, and there's a kitty. All right, so Peakeeper Tarot, okay? What deck should I use? I'm having trouble figuring out what deck. Okay. Often I end up using the Pulp Tarot, just because it's really very, very criminal focused. So it's perfect for this. All right. Whew, boy. Patty is saying, remind me again how giving people more money discourages corruption. Exactly. You're okay, sweetie. Oh, the Bailey Boo, you're okay. There's the Bailey Boo, and there's Flora. It's okay, sweetie. He's a good boy. All right. So, at 3 minutes in, there's some of the stuff today is just like, really? But okay. 3:15. No, it's not squirrels outside. My oldest sister is outside. So one of three is outside. Sassy Cat says, so they can get raises while they punish the poor? Why, yes. Yeah, pretty much. But we're actually starting with the tariffs. Now, when the felon, when Felonious Dump said that he was putting 25% tariffs on a lot of goods from Canada and Mexico, he then paused it for 30 days, saying that, or he was going through with it, and then he talked to the head of each country, and they said, oh yeah, we're doing all this stuff to stop whatever excuse Trump was using, flow of drugs or immigrants or whatever. And it was stuff they had already done. It was stuff that they'd already put in place. And apparently that was good enough that Trump just paused everything for 30 days. It's like, okay, wow, you're not too bright, are you? Okay, anyway. But now he's saying, nope, 30 days are up, and it's terrible. So he's again talking about 25% tariffs on a number of goods from both Canada and Mexico, with slightly lower tariffs on energy coming from Canada. So like 10% instead of 25%. Is he going to actually go through with it this time? Because somebody might be trying to make the excuse that, oh, but he isn't going through with the stuff, so it doesn't hurt anything. Oh, yes, it does. Businesses don't know how to plan. People don't know how to budget. This chaos is awful for the economy. But if he actually goes through with it, that's a whole other level of stupidity. So is he actually going to go through? The stupid, it burns. Okay. Is he actually going to go through with 25% tariffs? Hello, Night Moon Glow. Oh, man. Hello, Deb. Please prove me wrong. Okay. None of this happened under Biden. Really. None of this was happening under Biden. But I don't like the cards. A big bully. And then he paused everything. And then High Priestess, which was the back and forth. Going forward, though, I've got, just like we had the Knight of Swords here, slashing and being aggressive there, Queen of Swords with the Tower card, which does not bode well. Really? Really? Steve Myers says, stock up on basics if you can afford it. I hate to say it, but yeah. I know there's some people who they really can't afford very much. So we really, excuse me, we really have to focus on sales. Just absolute. Every time there's a sales flyer at the grocery store, every time there's a lower price on something, see if you can do that to either set aside even a little bit of money to stock up on some things, or sometimes it's good enough that you can maybe get two instead of one. So Sherry says, didn't he already hit everyone, not just Canada, with 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum? I do think it was 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum from Canada. I don't know if it was from everybody. Whew. So Beekeeper's Tarot says, this is all totally unnecessary. Why, yes. Yes. Hello, Fuzzness. How are you doing, good boy? Oh, big stretch. Oh, the kitty. Passing through. There he is. Okay. So this leads to the next question, which has to be at 9 minutes. What's going to happen to the U.S. economy? Unbelievable. And yes, I know tomorrow is supposed to be a big no-buy day. But we'll see. March 1st, maybe? Or if you happen to be out today. Oh, Suzanne Chin says, yes, he put the 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum from Australia also. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Beekeeper Tarot. All right, so the U.S. economy. Unemployment numbers were worse than was expected. Consumer sentiment is falling significantly. The U.S. economy. I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to be Chicken Little here, and I don't think that things are going to get so bad that it's just awful, awful. Like 1932, but the inequality in this country is so bad that there's so many more people than should be, than otherwise would be, who are right either under the poverty line or right too close to the poverty line. And yeah, we don't trust their policies. It's just a bunch of hogwash. Adding insult to injury, that would be tariffs and a lot of these other, and making, firing all of these people. Excuse me. Democrats pushing back against this underhanded nonsense. Oh, Amy, thank you. Gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you, Amy. This is us. We are helping each other as much as we can. There's temperance, but there's also charity. We can't trust the Republicans. We just can't. Thank you, Deborah. We just can't. And we have to pull together and help each other. That's what I'm getting. The economy overall. U.S. economy in 2025. Well, it's chaos. We know that. We don't know what to expect. You don't know what insanity they're going to try next. I mean, we have some idea because of Project 2025, but how they implement it. Whew. I've got inequality, just the two sides, just spiking. The memberships are just random, by the way, just so you know. YouTube, it just chooses randomly if people buy multiple memberships for memberships for other. It's just random. Sleepless nights, worry, people losing their jobs. 3 of Cups. It just feels like Democrats forming community. Knight of Pentacles, because the Republicans are just going forward with this cruelty. And then you have this out in the cold, diseased, out in the cold, abject poverty versus the dynasty, Republican dynasty card. And this is the very much haves and the very much have-nots. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah's Blue Tarot. So great to see you. Join hands, Americans. Yes. Inequality. That's the big thing. Inequality is going to spike. Ashley Song says the cruelty of this regime has no bounds. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Man, oh day. Okay, so at 14:30, Lisa had a question, and this is related to, I will ask more specifically about Medicaid. Oh, Ming and Brian Beeler, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here for us. I'm spending today so I don't spend tomorrow. Thank you. And also thank you for from Amazon. Thank you. It really helps. Thank you. So sweet. Okay. There's something that they're trying to pull, a fast one. Surprise. So, deep budget cuts. Deep budget cuts are not being directly voted on by Republicans. You know how they're getting away with this? Guess what tack this is what they decided to do. You ready? I didn't vote for cuts to these important programs. No. I voted for cuts to different departments in the government that have a huge, they've got huge things that they oversee. And then it's just the committees and people in those departments that are going to choose what in their department is cut. I'm not voting for Medicare to be cut. I'm not voting for food stamps to be cut. Oh, no. Are they really going to get away with this? Are they really, do they, I'm not going to ask if they really think they're not going to get blamed for these draconian cuts, but will Republicans get blamed for these draconian cuts? Mealy-mouthed, a bunch of twisting yourself into a pretzel to not take responsibility. Man. Yes and no. They're the chaos. They're trying to play games, cause chaos, play games. They're doing a lot of damage. They just are. And the Senate, that they're trying to come up with that budget reconciliation between what the Senate passed and what the House passed. Well, it turns out what the Senate passed, the Republicans in the Senate are talking about deferring to a lot of what passed in the House. And then they're playing this semantics game. Walking away from all of these people who were able to keep their head above water. Six of Cups. Expecting victory. I didn't vote against that. Oh, no. And then this is just disappointment. Because that's the other thing. These cuts they're talking about, it's not enough to make up for the tax cuts that Dumpy wants to give himself and the broligarchs. I so wish I could. I wish I had something better to tell you. I'm just disgusted. Beekeeper Tariffs with Major Arcana? Yes. Oh, Deb, thank you so much. Thank you. Really helps. Thank you. So, as far as Lisa, you had asked when Dumpy was asked about Medicaid, he said they were not going to touch Medicaid. If Trump says hands off, why the deep cuts? Because they don't care. Because he said that to get elected, and he lied. I mean, 1930. I'll pull some cards, but he can't be trusted. They can't be trusted. That's their basic political philosophy. It's scarcity. It's a scarcity mindset. That there's only so much, and if anybody else is getting stuff, then they're getting it. If they're getting something I'm not getting, then that's not fair. But they might need it more than you do. No, there can't be that. Everyone needs to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Yeah, you were born with Gucci bootstraps, with Gucci boots. So not everyone was born with Gucci boots. 9 of Cups. Yeah, it's to their mind. It's this really twisted view that, oh, Democrats, they offer this smorgasbord, this incredible buffet that you can just take from, while the hard-working Americans are being stolen. Remember that whole makers versus takers garbage? Yeah. Warrior Witch says, oh my gosh, a 34-count felon and guilty R-word lied to get voted in? Who'da thunk? Thank you, Carolyn. Center, Page of Pentacles. And then there are, because that's that mindset, there are people who don't have very much, who are still willing to go along with it. Because no matter how little they have, as long as the other, someone who has a different skin color, someone who has a different upbringing, it doesn't matter that they're Americans. No. If they're getting something, these people, these MAGA people, they will cut off their own nose to spite their face. Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Cups. Not listening. Refusal. It's a card of refusal. Saying, look, these people need help. This needs to be done. Nope. It's these voters who have created this. Exactly, Lisa Flay. I'm a giver, not a taker. That's really what it is. It's not a maker and a taker. They're makers, they're givers. Givers and takers. Anyway, there's no. One of the there's a video I saw that I have on my to watch list, which is about the trouble that Germany had after World War II, deprogramming the Flittler youth. Who were completely brainwashed. And I'll let you know if there's anything in there that would help us at all. Yes. Oh, Giovanna, thank you. Thank you for stock up items. Thank you. Where was it? I just saw something really important. Retelling story. At least takers are obvious. The worst are grifters. Yes. Yes. Whew. So, on a more granular level, because I want to know, because I did ask, will Republicans be held accountable for these actions? Specifically, should we stock up? Asked Kenya Jones. I can't give you financial advice. I do not have the qualifications to do that. It's not just a CYA. I don't have the qualifications. I don't know your situation. I know there are people, I know some of you are just in desperate states on a daily basis, and my heart breaks for you. Oh, Carolyn, thank you so much. Thank you. You're so kind. But I am personally, all I can tell you is I personally am pulling some money out of savings to stock up. And I'm working on a video for the Color Organization channel, one of my other channels, explaining the interesting things this is creating, the interesting, like, what other ways you save money that you wouldn't have thought of at the top. Oh, Brenda, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But that's what I'm doing. So Giovanna says it never hurts to have something extra on hand. Just don't hoard. Just have stuff. You never know, you or somebody else might need it. Oh yeah. Yeah. So let's say 27. Because I've got to tell you this. This is, whew. And then I'll look at, should we stock up? I'll look at that in just a second. But I did want to let you know, Representative Don Bacon, Republican from Nebraska, was talking to an interviewer on C-SPAN. You ready for this one? Representative Don Bacon, a Republican from Nebraska, admitted that he voted for a Republican budget that would cut thousands of people from Medicaid rolls. Bacon said he voted for the budget after being given assurances by GOP leadership. The C-SPAN host noted, which means there will be cuts to Medicaid. Bacon vowed, yeah, but not cuts that will affect the quality of care. So, for example, they're going to add work requirements for able-bodied adults that don't have children. They're going to audit all the lists. They stopped doing that, and if you don't belong on Medicaid, they'll take you off. But they're not going to go after the quality of care. And that's the assurance I have, and it's the expectation for President Trump that will not happen either. So the question is, naive, lying, or stupid? You know, like Marry, Kiss, Kill? Naive, lying, or stupid? Our new favorite game. They've had assurances. Naive, lying, or stupid? Well, we know that that's not the reality. The cards were just making sure we're aware that what's coming out of his mouth is not the reality. They're not in reality. Oh, I'm sure it'll work out. There were Republicans who walked out of when the House was originally proposing their budget. there were some Republicans who came out of the discussion saying there's no way I'm voting for this. It will add to the deficit. It'll add this many hundreds of billions of dollars this year, and this many hundreds of billions of dollars the next year, and this many hundreds of billion dollars the following year. And they were like, I'm not doing this. So it's like, okay, Hope, no. Absolute foolishness. There's a big old temperance in the middle. There's the country. And there is adding insult to injury. I don't think this guy's dumb enough to really believe what he's saying. I'm not getting a lot of, there's adding insult to injury right here. He knows what's going to happen. He wants to keep his job. But then again, you've got to remember, Nebraska, not exactly a purple state, at least my understanding. Yes, Raymond. DEI, deport Elon immediate. Yes. But there are also new graphics out there you'll run across it where you have the word Democrats in all caps, and they're saying the beginning of it, they'll highlight the D and the E, and the first column on the M in Democrats. One of these days, I'm going to roll my eyes so hard they're going to roll out of my head. Okay. So 3210 15. Should we U.S. citizens be stocking up? Well, citizens, Yolanda, yes, he's trying to put a spin on it. It is very much walking and quacking like a duck, yes. Amy says, I really don't want to send in my taxes. I would. I'm going to. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like we don't want to, but no, yeah. You have to understand, I have very strong-willed parents, and I was raised Catholic. I have a deep and abiding fear of authority. So, don't risk it. I did not get a chance to do that, Chris Cool. I apologize. I was talking about that this morning. I'm sorry. I will look at it today. The lunar eclipse. So anyway, should we be stocking up? If I was getting a flat out yes, I would have expected like the 9 of Cups, the guy sitting there like this with all the stuff behind him. I have a feeling beaten up. This is a lot of stress. This is more about the stress of all of this. Wheel of Fortune. There are those who won't need to, is what I'm getting. Like I said, the difference between the haves and the have-nots, it's just going to get worse. Sitting pretty in the middle. If you can afford it, it doesn't matter what party you are. If you've got money, you've got money, and you've got a cushion, you are better off. But there's the Thief card right next to the Emperor card, and right between the rich and the Emperor, you've got a Thief card. They're not going to pay taxes. Oh, no. that doesn't really answer the question. Should those of us who are not well off. Oh, Giovanna says, don't despair. We're not beaten yet. Oh, no, we are absolutely not. We're not. No, I'm not giving up. I'm showing up every day. Patricia Winter saying, I store flour in the deep freezer. Oh, absolutely. When you buy flour, put it in your freezer for at least 24 hours, more like 48 at least. Yeah. It'll kill off whatever little weevils or whatever thing might be in there. So, Dave, could you please delete your comment? Thank you. Yeah, we're not giving up. Have you met us? No. Yeah, and there's not going to be any really big clarity on what's coming because they're ducking and dodging to hide what they're doing. They're being cruel and awful, but you'll notice it's okay. We've made these cuts. We've cut all of this stuff, and then a judge steps in and says, "You can't do that." And then the people who aren't getting the money have to go back to the judge because, oh yeah, we turned that on. Oh, did we forget to turn that piece on? Did we forget to turn that piece on? Oh, everybody's getting their Social Security. Well, did you not get yours, random person? Oh, what about the chaos? It's just it's in the government. It's just chaotic. They are going forward with these awful cuts and with this awful budget. 4 of Wands, and they are all dancing around the pool at Mar-a-Lago. Page of Pentacles, because they have voters who will let them, and then the rest of us are having to quiet move stuff and do what we can. So that's what I'm getting. If you can, get an extra bit here, bit there, what have you. And yeah, having a backup in general. Yeah. Viola Blue says, also remember to get extra medicine if you can. And that is a thing, because quite often there's some medications they won't give you a bulk supply. Cindy Poole, that's a good question. Let's ask that. I know it seems kind of dark, but you know, we're here to look at this stuff. Hello, precious one. How are you at 3830? Move that. Okay. Hi. I need to get past you and type. All right. So at, whoops, I've got to feel for where the home keys are on the keyboard. At 38:45. Hi. Hi. Oh, he's a good boy. Will we see more homelessness? Breadlines. You're a sweetness. Yes, you are. You are just a sweetie. You're just a good boy. He is the precious. He is the precious. You're so sweet. His energy is he's so soft. He's so soft, and his energy is so sweet. The sweetness. All right, what's up with this 10 of Cups? Because basically I'm getting, hi, are you looking for vermin? I was explaining to somebody yesterday that's what they're doing when they're pushing things off the table, and they're just randomly sticking their paws into dark crevices that how protective we are of our hands, we would never. It's because they're trying to, the whole time they're trying to startle a vermin. That's the point. Oh, thank you, Sally. He's a sweetie. Mrs. Katura, it's Boo Boo, y'all. I know that was funny. It's Boo Boo doing his cat model walk on the desk runway. So I've got charity in the middle. Cruelty, charity, and then more cuts by those who are sitting pretty. So yeah, I'm still, I need to get a move on, but I'm actually trying to figure out the best way for me to get a raised bed and put a raised bed in the backyard right there where I can see it and get some vegetables growing. So yeah, and on the color organization channel, I know it seems like, oh, you're just pushing your other channel. No, but no, that's it's budgeting and stocking up. I've got some time-lapse footage of me cleaning out one of the attics to move empty boxes up out of the basement to make space to stock up. And yeah, growing. Yeah, I would need a raised bed, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that because my spine is a little, so, oh, where was that? Be Grateful says, I've done raised beds for several years and can advise how to do it without money. Yes. The issue I'm running into is where I am. One, I do have some lower spinal stuff, so moving heavy stuff and building stuff isn't not necessarily a. So I'm looking at this as more. I'm willing to spend a little money, just to get it going because it will be there for years, hopefully. But the other thing is I need to cover them. No, I don't, Cindy. I'm sorry. Because my parents, apparently, they were growing some vegetables back over there on the side, and the local critters, of which there are many, actually came through, and on all of their tomatoes and cucumbers, literally, Mom said she was so mad. They literally took one bite out of each. Every tomato, every cucumber, there was at least one bite out of every single thing that had grown. So it's like, yeah, okay, I definitely need to get something built, put something together where I can have like a thing over it to help protect it. So, oh, she was so mad. Understandably. Jelly says a greenhouse. Whew. It's a thought. But I was going to start with a raised bed, but I need to cover it. I guess, yeah, let me look at that. But we'll see. Anyway. Joyce says, I saw a woman on YouTube use those plastic chairs and tote containers for her wild garden, whole garden. I don't know. Jay says, I think to myself, Autumn needs a Roddy to keep the squirrels down. A dog? Jolene says, sounds like my experience. Too many critters. I can only do tomatoes on the deck in pots. Amy says, we make wire cages up here. Use cardboard under the soil for weed prevention. You have to place the wired in deep. Yeah. Louis is suggesting I hire a raccoon with a taser. Oh, rocket. Chicken wire, some Kelpie. City Pool says Costco has some nice greenhouses. There we go. Well, I'll see what I can do. Thank you. Shayna says my dad built one with an old screen door hinged to the edges of the bed. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. And Marigold, thank you. Thank you. All right, so such great suggestions in the chat. Thank you. I'll have to go back and look. Thank you. All right. Okay, so one thing I definitely wanted to read on today. Did you see, well, I have not been the biggest fan recently. Did you see the video by Jon Stewart and what he was suggesting? Because what Jon Stewart said on The Daily Show when he cut his hand, that video, actually he accidentally cut his hand. He was saying, you want to cut things in the budget? Start with the billions of dollars going to oil and gas companies who are already making record profits. Yeah. Susan says a big possum ate my tomatoes last year. Is that ever going to happen? Seriously. That and things like it, where these giant corporations are getting massive government subsidies, but they're turning record profits. Carmen says, I believe Lowe's delivers. Oh, there we go. Raymond says, planting a garden is the healthiest way to gamble. Yes. So, you want to cut, you want to help the budget? Yeah. Stop subsidizing massive corporations who are turning record profits. Pharmaceutical companies turning record profits, and healthcare companies and oil and gas companies. Of course, with the Republicans in there, there's no chance. But sitting pretty, aren't they just? Nine of Wands, King of Wands. This is all wands. This is all far right. Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands. It's a nice thought. There's not a chance. We've got to vote for. Well, we vote for Democrats. We did vote for Democrats. We continue to vote for Democrats. We've got to get people who weren't willing to vote to go out and vote again. But it's a very good idea. It is a very good idea. So, oh man, Carolyn Puller said a free dog pen around my raised beds. Oh, look at that. There's a good idea. Oh, thank you, Nettie. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa K. Like I said, I'm going to go through the chat later and make a note of all your ideas. Thank you. Yeah, this is just... All right, there's something about Carolyn Levitt here. I'm not even going to read on it. Basically, treating migrants as non-humans is a promise the president campaigned on. There's nothing to read there. Yeah. We know that at town halls, Republicans are blaming Democrats for creating problems. They're not going to take responsibility. They're just not. Cosmic Goat Lady says, I found a Tesla advertisement and sign nailed to an electric pole at the end of my road. Is at the advertising department getting desperate to hang a 12 by 12 sign in the middle of nowhere? I would imagine that's somebody local. They're definitely desperate. But I think... Oh, Night Will Go, I'm sorry. No, this is very weak. And they're limited in what they can do as far as advertise. I think that was somebody local. But I did want to make sure I got to a technical glitch. Now, I tried this earlier. I couldn't get it to work. They said they're working on it. It didn't happen when I tried it. Maybe you want to try. Guess what? At 52 minutes in. So this morning, 51:55, Apple had a technical glitch that it is hurrying to correct. Apparently, if you were using speech to text and you said the word racist, it would autocorrect to the word Trump. They were showing it on the news. Cindy says, saw that on Apple. Are we going to see more instances of malicious compliance and hidden resistance? Yes, absolutely. So I tried it. It didn't. I immediately was like, "Ooh, where's my phone?" And I tried it. It didn't happen for me, and then I tried it over and over and over, just thinking of all the different ways I could put it in a sentence so it would. No, it wouldn't. Even just over and over. No, it didn't. Yeah. These idiots. They live in such a bubble, and we're going to continue to judge them harshly as they should be judged. So I just wanted to make sure you knew about that. All right. And that's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much. Oh, you're so helpful. See, we help each other. And thank you for all your great information. All right. So, yes, Kat, yay to that programmer. Yes. All right. So, in a couple hours, I'll be over on Creative Sprints. You're always welcome to join. It's just being productive. It doesn't even have to be like a creative hobby, just being productive. We just encourage you. That's all. So I'll be over on Creative Sprints in a couple of hours. But thank you. I'll be right back here tomorrow. I'm always here. I always show up. And please remember you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. So take care. Take care. Take care. Be well. Be well. Hang in there. And I'll see you later. Okay? Bye.